Hello.
My name is Cecile Morris, and I'll be doing your cardiovascular examination today. At any point during this examination, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to stop me.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to begin the examination with you sitting up, and I'm just going to go ahead and assess your blood pressure.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to put this cuff on your arm, and right now is 129.72. Is pretty good blood
Okay.
pressure. So next, I'm going to have you lay on the chair for me and just relax. And what I'm going to do now, if you slide down a little bit, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and assess your carotid pulse.
Okay.
So I'm going to get down a little bit here so I can be at eye level with you.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you just turn your head to the left for me. And right now I'm just inspecting. I'm looking for any pulsation, um, any pulsation, any abnormal movement of the vein, of the artery. And then I'm gonna have you turn back to the right. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the right side.
Okay.
So with inspecting, I didn't see any abnormal pulsation or any movement at his carotid region, which would indicate any abnormalities. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to palpate your carotid artery.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you again turn your head to the left for me. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to feel. Okay. So what I'm feeling for is the carotid pulse. And I'm feeling and make sure that I'm not feeling a thrill in the carotid pulse, which I don't. Okay?
Okay.
So next I'm going to do the opposite side. Okay? Good. So no thrill on the right side either. So next I'm going to auscultate using my stethoscope each side, check in for any brewing or any abnormal findings in the carotid area. So I'm going to have you again turn your head to the left, and I'm going to use the diaphragm first of my stethoscope. And next, I'm going to be using the bell of my stethoscope. I'm going to have you turn your head to the right. So I use both the diaphragm and the bell of my stethoscope to auscultate his carotid artery on the left and on the right. And I didn't hear any thrill when I felt it, and I didn't hear any bruit when I auscultate his carotid artery. So next, I'm going to go ahead and inspect your chest.
Okay.
You can relax your head, and yeah, thank you. Um, so what I'm inspecting, I'm looking at your chest. I'm looking at, I'm looking for any heaves or pulsation on your chest area. And because of his build, um, and I wasn't able to see any pulsation with my eyes. So now I'm going to palpate, again, feeling um, on his chest. So I'm going to start over here on the right. So I'm going to come down here to the aortic valve, which is the second intercostal space on the right. And then I'm going to move over here to the pulmonic valve, which is also the second intercostal space on the left. And I'm going to move down here to the third intercostal space, which is the Erb's point. So the fourth and fifth also is considered Erb's point. And then I'm going to move my finger over to the mid clavicular line, which is the apex of the heart. And I'm going to be feeling, which is also the mitral valve. I'm feeling if I can feel the pulsation of the apex of the heart. Okay. So next I'll be auscultating the sound of his heart, his chest. So I'm going to use my stethoscope. First, I'm going to use the diaphragm, and I'm going to go back in the same area that I was palpating on with my fingers. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm starting with the diaphragm. So again, second intercostal space on the right. Ball, the second intercostal space on the left. Down to the third intercostal space, which is the Erb's point. The fifth. To the mid clavicular line, which is the apex of the heart. So I'm gonna do the bell also of it. So what I was checking for is hard sounds, the S1, S2, checking to see if there was any abnormal sound like a splitting of the S1, S2, or S3 or S4. He did not have any abnormal sound, just a normal S1, S2. Now I'm going to auscultate with the bell of my stethoscope. Again, no normal heart sound. The aortic valve on the right, a second intercostal space, pulmonic valve on the left, second intercostal space. The third, fourth, and fifth, which is considered part of Erb's point, normal sound, and then the mid-clavicular line, which is the mitral valve, is also the apex of the heart. No splitting on S1, S2, and no additional hard sounds such as S3 or S4. So, Mr. Manor, I'm going to have you sit up straight for me, and I'm also going to listen to your heart while you're sitting up straight, okay? Okay. So again, I'm going to start on the right side, the second intercostal space of the aortic valve. So I was able to PMI, which is the apex of the heart, point of maximum impulse, with him laying and also sitting. So again, sitting up, auscultation of the heart, the chest wall, aortic valve, pulmonic, Erb's point, third intercostal space, fourth and fifth, and mid-clavicular line and the apex of the heart. No abnormal sounds was noted in my assessment of Mr. Manor. So, and that will conclude the assessment of the cardiovascular. Thank you, Mr. Manor.